Now today on Cooking with Cole, we will be learning how to make pasta. Now the first thing that you need to do is you need to take 1.5 cups of flour, put it on your workspace and form it into a bowl. The second thing that you need to do is you need to take 3 eggs, crack them open and put them into the bowl. And now if you walk over here with me, you will see that I have already done this for us. So the next thing that we need to do is we just need to spin this around until we get all the flour incorporated into the eggs. Now if you have something like this, a spill, all you need to do is you need to take the flour, push it back in, and you should be set. Now since the egg is able to roll back, this won't be too much of a problem. Now I will not make you have to watch through this, so I will cut to where I'm done incorporating all the flour into it. So now, when you're done, you should have a nice looking dough ball like this. So then the next thing that you do is you take your bench scraper and take this and chop it into 3 distinct parts. Part 1, part 2, and part 3. So now for parts 2 and 3, you take something to cover it, like say a bowl, and then you cover the 2. And then you take them aside to save for later. So you take one of these, and then you take some flour, and then you roll it in just to make sure that there are no sticky parts. And then, with your stand mixer, you unscrew this part. And then take out this and replace that with a rolling attachment. If you do not have this, you might be able to do this with an Atlas, but this is recommended. Makes things way easier and way quicker. Awesome. So now, you take your stand mixer, turn it on a little bit, and then you take your dough, and then you put it through. Like so. Now don't worry if your dough looks crappy like this. What you do is you ball it back up, you make sure that your knob is at 1, unlike I did just now, and then you push it through like this. And if you feel it and you find that it is sticky, take some flour and brush it along so that you do not feel that it is sticky anymore. And then you fold it back so that it's in 3 parts, and then push it through again. And you do this again and again until you feel that when you stretch it out, it contracts and there are no holes in, or it's breaking apart at any part. Now luckily, this just happened right now. So what I do now is you push it through again, this time not to fold it back into 3. And then you do the same thing, but this time you turn the knob to 2. And then you do this so on and so forth until you reach the thickness that you want. I personally like to have the thickness at 5, but you can do whichever one you think is best. Kind of thing. Oh, Elena, you can go. Now when you're done, your dough should look like this. So then, you place it along a nice, long, dry surface so that it can dry out for 15 minutes. And during this time, you do the same thing that you just did for this, but with the other two pieces. You can cut it. Okay, so now, follow me. So when you're done laying your pasta out, your pasta should look something like this. Now, if it has been set for 15 minutes, you can take your bench scraper and cut it until you get a piece about this long. And then, you take your drying rack, move it right in front of you. Make sure that doesn't happen. Or that. You know, just make sure that there's no technical difficulties helping you with any of this. We don't really need any more than one of these anyway. Now, you take your drying rack, you position it like so, and then you unscrew your roller and insert a different attachment. Right now, I want to make fettuccine. So, what I will be using is the fettuccine attachment. It even says fettuccine right there. So now, for this, you do the same thing, and you screw this back into your KitchenAid stand mixer. If I can figure out how to do that. Voila, I have done this. So now, you turn on your KitchenAid stand mixer, and then you put your nice piece of pasta through the attachment. And then while it's coming out, your pasta should look something like this. Now what you do is you take your hands and catch the pasta about midway through. And then at the end, it will fall and land perfectly like this. Now, you take your pasta and then you put your hands horizontally, and then you put this over the drying rack, like so. And then you do this for all the rest, and as always, I will cut this out so that you do not have to see this. Now, when you're done, your pasta should look something like this. Now, if you're going to boil it some water now and put it in, you can do that. But if you're saving it for later, make sure that this dries for at least 24 hours. Then you're all set. Until next time, bye!